afternoon of January 13th, 1996.
The tragic case of Amber Hagerman is a haunting reminder of the vulnerability faced by children and the impact that a single act of violence can have on a community. In Arlington, Texas, on January 15, 1996, an 8-year-old girl's life was taken. The death and abduction of Amber Hagerman was a devastating event. However, incidents like this were way more common than one may think.
The 1996 kidnapping of Amber Hagerman established the Amber Alert. The Amber Alert is part of a nationwide Amber Plan and is a voluntary partnership between law enforcement agencies and media broadcasters. The program was named in Amber's memory and also became the acronym America's Missing Broadcast Emergency Response. The plan utilizes the latest tools and resources to quickly notify the public of an abducted/taken child. The importance of this program is what drives the continued need to develop technologies and strategic partnerships to aid the safe recovery of our most vulnerable loved ones.
In the late 1970s and 1980s, missing children rates were higher than we've seen in the last couple of decades. The 80s were less safe than now by pretty much every measure. Looking at violent crime statistics from 1960s onward shows that the 80s had significantly higher violent crime rates than we've seen in the 2000s. These abductions were devastating for the family, friends, and community. However, Amber Hagerman's abduction in particular was a turning point for the child's abduction in the USA. Amber Hagerman's mom stated, "It is such a shame my daughter had to be butchered and had to go through what she went through just for us to have an Amber Alert, but I know she would be proud."
In the case of 9-year-old Amber Hagerman.
Amber Hagerman's death was a revolutionary event, as over thousands of missing children would not have been found without the Amber Alert.
According to East Chicago, a government source, on January 1996, 9-year-old Amber Hagerman was riding her bicycle when a neighbor heard the girl scream. The neighbor saw the man pull Amber off her bike, throw her in the front seat of his pickup truck, and drive away at a high speed. Amber's neighbor found her body while walking her dog a few days later in a creek bed 2 streets away from her house.
A member of the community, Diana Simone, stayed at home and watched the news following the case of Amber Hagerman. She watched patiently and hoped for Amber's safe return. However, it never happened. Diana Simone reacted and revolted against the event, and took it upon herself and called an area radio station and asked if a local broadcaster could team up with the police to get information following child abduction out immediately. This was a fundamental change, overthrowing existing child abduction systems.
The street is always full of kids playing, but they're not now. This is their time to sell cookies, but I can't let them do that now, said one of Amber's neighbors, Bruce Sabert, whose daughter was in the Girl Scouts with her. Not only were the families concerned, however, the family was also affected by this incident. The abduction of Amber Hagerman made the community worry about the sake of their children. Parents began realizing that the community was not safe as they thought they were.
To you, happy birthday to you.
This is Amber Hagerman on her 9th birthday.
Since the death and abduction of Amber Hagerman, police still search and investigate Amber Hagerman's case. She captured the heart of the nation after what happened to her while riding her bicycle 20 years ago. In fact, Amber Hagerman's mom, Donna Williams, is still in touch with the police and continue to work with them. The family still continues to grieve and look for justice for Amber, with her mom even saying, "I just want Amber's killer to know I'm not going anywhere." She said, "I'm not going to give up on her. Never." Because of Amber Hagerman, many missing children have been found. Donna Williams' opinion on the Amber Alert is positive. However, Amber Hagerman's mom, Donna Williams, is still in touch with the police and continue to work with them. The family still continues to grieve and look for justice for Amber, with her mom even saying, "I just want Amber's killer to know I'm not going anywhere." She said, "I'm not going to give up on her. Never." Because of Amber Hagerman, many missing children have been found. Donna Williams' opinion on the Amber Alert is positive. However, she does have a different view on it. She stated, "It's awesome and it's great, but I can't help but think, but what if there was an Amber Alert when she went missing?"
The importance of this program is what drives the continued need to develop technology and strategic partnership to aid in the safe recovery of most of our vulnerable loved ones. Today, the Amber Alert program continues to advance and get better. In fact, according to KRQE, a news channel in Albuquerque, New Mexico, that operates as a dual affiliate for both CBS and Fox. 12 years ago, state lawmakers have approved a proposal to expand the Amber Alert system. The House approved to broaden the Amber Alert to include children abducted by a parent or family member, allowing more children to be recovered, not the ones taken by strangers.
Amber Hagerman's death is historically significant primarily because it led to a major child safety system that is still used today. Amber Hagerman's death significantly reformed the way we save and locate missing children. As a result of the initiative, more than 1,200 children have been successfully found. Amber's tragic passing was truly revolutionary in the fight against child abduction. In fact, about 98% of children missing in the United States are ultimately located safely. In fact, about 98% of children reported missing in the United States are ultimately located safely.
The Department of Justice, or DOJ's recommended criteria includes confirmed abduction. Law enforcement must have a reasonable belief that an abduction has occurred. Imminent danger. The child is believed to be in imminent danger or of seriously bodily injury or death. Victim, age. The abduction child is 17 years old or younger. Sufficient information. There is enough description of info about the child, abductor, or abductor's vehicle to be helpful to the public. NCIC entry. The child's information must be entered into the FBI's National Crime Information Center database.
In conclusion, the abduction and murder of Amber Hagerman will remain in the collective memory of society. Her story serves as both a cautionary tale and a reminder of child safety awareness.
While Amber's life was cut tragically short, her legacy lives on through the Amber Alert system dedicated to protecting children. The disgust surrounding children's safety continues to echo her story, reminding us all of her responsibilities we have to safeguard the loved ones among us.